What the hell are you doing?
I'm kind of bored. I made a little crane here. This jobber.
Ironic. I was going to ask you if you wanted to watch a horror movie about the descendants of Ichabod Crane.
Why would anyone want to do that?
Exactly. All right, guys, here we're going to talk about the movie The Hollow. "2004's The Hollow, Lee. Have you seen this one?
Not to be confused with the 5 other movies named The Hollow or some derivative of
Yes.
that. No, I was not aware of this film.
This one is it's kind of a gem in that it has such amazing name power to it for a movie that's kind of forgettable.
Yes.
You got fake Zac Efron, who I'll
Yes.
never remember his name. It's something like Zreeg or something. He's the
Zegers,
guy from like Dawn of the Dead.
Jeremy Zegers,
Yeah, whatever.
Jerry something.
You got Nick Carter, and he's like, a boy band star. I don't even remember which one he's in Backstreet Boys or 98 Degrees, one of those motherfuckers.
I know the name Nick Carter, and I know that I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
'cause I'm an old man.
Kaylee Cuoco from 8 Simple Rules, or the now popular Bazinga Boys, from Big Bang Theory.
She's Penny from Big Bang Theory.
Indeed.
Another show I don't watch, but I know her. I know the name of the
Jed
character.
Reinhold is in this.
Yes. Perhaps the biggest star. And
that dude from Picket Fences, what was that guy's name?
Which dude? Stacy Keach?
No.
The old dude?
But that guy's also great.
He's like
American History
he's in
X
hundreds of
is
things.
what I would say
Yeah,
is his biggest.
He's been in a bunch
or
of stuff.
Titus's dad, however you might
Yeah,
want to
he's
say
all
it.
over the place.
Yeah.
I like him.
But no, like great people in this movie.
Yeah.
And it's like a made-for-TV movie. So you're like
Yeah.
already you're like, how good could it be?
No, so like if you look this up, you have to like trick IMDb into helping you find
Sure.
it, and it says like TV 2004. It's like okay, great. It's like yes, very much forgotten.
I think the simplest pitch that would suck somebody into this must-see movie would be like a descendant of Ichabod Crane is now on Halloween 9 generations later going to be hunted down by the Headless Horseman, and he must, stop him?
Yes.
I've put about as much thought of it in that description as the people that wrote the movie.
Yeah, it very much feels TV, feels like Family Channel, whatever, right? I'm going to go ahead and say I didn't like this movie. I don't know if you liked this movie.
Oh yeah, my non-spoilers is it's bad, but in a great way.
Parts of it made me laugh, and we can get into those details. But like, yes, overall, I think you're safe to skip this one. I don't think you need to go there in general.
I have to imagine, I've never seen it on TV, but I have to imagine it's better on the DVD, because this was like a Family Channel horror movie. So I'm like, what must they have cut this? Not that it's super over the top, but like, it must have been cut to nothing to make this a TV movie.
They said on the thing somewhere like they edited it down for its original presentation, and then the DVD has like the raw, uncut, like still extremely tame and
it's still like a
version.
PG movie.
Yes, like okay, yes.
Yeah. No, this is like a fun time to talk about.
No, it's like a longer episode of Goosebumps, but like not
pretty much,
but like not as scary as the scariest episodes of Goosebumps. Yeah, it's like Are You Afraid of the Dark or something? It's like that deal.
The very loose plot with some of these like A-list actors is what makes this for a fun watch.
No, like if you are a connoisseur of shit and you want to go back to like, wait, Penny's in this? Wait, who tricked Judge Reinhold into showing up for a day? Like, what's happening? Yeah. Like, then it's fun in the
and I don't know his name, so like shame on me. Yeah. I loved the like hour-long action-adventure Sinbad show, and like the guy that played Sinbad himself, who's like also in like some like A-list movies that like in suits and ties and shit, is in this as like a fencing teacher for like 1 minute.
Oh shit! Okay,
and you're like, who did you owe a favor? Why are you even in this?
Yeah, like right when you've let your guard down and you think you've seen all the people, it's Detective Martinez from NYPD Blue shows up.
NYPD Blue. Like, I said Picket Fences. That's what I meant. Yeah.
There you go. I'm like, what the hell is that guy doing in here? Because that's another like very familiar face from the time period where you go like, what is happening?
So if you've seen this or don't care, false over to spoilers where we're gonna shit all over this, and if not, pull out now.
If you need a place to rent content, you better listen. We're Cannibal Video and we eat the competition.
All right, guys, so here we are for the spoilers of The Hollow. So The Hollow is like an interesting movie where it opens up on a character that's supposedly to be like new in town, but he doesn't feel new in town in any way at all. In fact, he seems to be like a pivotal part of the town. He's the one that's reading off the town history monologue thing through like their stage play or whatever it is.
So this is Ian. This is our television actor guy that will go on to do like Fear the Walking Dead. You were talking about some other stuff. Oh, the fake Zac, Zac Efron.
And Dawn of the Dead.
Okay, right. So he's our dude. He's like the main character.
Yeah.
And he's new in town / I do the one-man show / my dad is like the head football coach and ruling the school. It's very strange.
Like, at the very least, you'd think the dad would have got there at the beginning of football season. Like,
I don't know what's going on.
It's weird to be like, you're brand new in town, and like, we treat you like shit because you're an idiot, and your car is only worth $500, but it's a classic Mustang. Sorry?
For Christ's sakes, man, I think you dented my car.
Relax. Car's not worth but $500.
What the hell are you doing out here?
You're like too cool for this town. We're gonna tease you for it.
Yeah. It's very, very strange, the whole dynamic of like, oh, this seemingly popular fencing guy who drives a really cool car and is going out with like the best cheerleader.
Well, not yet. Don't get any ideas, she says.
He's pretty much there.
There's a point. She says something like, I prefer a guy who's not only interested in my pom-poms, and like goes and grabs his crotch like immediately.
I like a guy who's interested in more than just my pom-poms.
That's awesome. Penny.
Yeah.
Penny's that's a dirty Penny if I've ever seen one before.
She's like the least used female lead though, where she's like barely in the movie, doesn't do really anything important. She kind of complains every now and again, but ultimately could have been pulled completely out of the movie and it would have changed nothing.
Right.
And that goes for most of the things in the movie.
That's the entire movie. You just pull the whole movie out and it won't affect anybody's
So like
life.
while it's opening and he's doing his monologue about Ichabod Crane, there's Nick Carter who like tries to ditch out early with Penny.
Ichabod Crane.
This blows.
Brody, knock it off.
I want to pause briefly because this is actually something that I thought was good.
Okay.
I think that the instantaneous character development of Nick Carter's character, where he gets up and takes several steps and then turns around like, babe,
you're not coming?
Like we're leaving, and she's like, no, I don't want to leave, and because this is like a trademark immature man thing.
Karen, let's go.
You can go if you want, but I'm staying here.
Now, Ichabod was understandably excited to be invited to this party.
Because you're supposed to lean over like, this sucks, right, we should go, and then you leave. You can't get up, because now you're stuck. You can't sit back down. Now you have to leave. And she's not leaving with you. You fucked up, boy. This is horrible, right?
It's true.
So this is instantaneous, I think unintentionally, good character development to figure out instantly all these characters and what they're all about.
If that didn't teach you everything you need to know about this character, the next moments will, when he's there with like his two friends who are like dating, and he like grabs the girl by the neck.
This is the birthplace of the most famous ghost story there ever was.
Ow, you're hurting me!
This should be the end all, be all of Halloween.
He like violently is talking, like he gets a very murderous, rapey vibe,
I blocked that
which
out?
is kind of crazy because he makes statements of like, what if only one of the three left the woods, blah, 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 because they're trying to paint a picture that he might in fact be the murderer person of the movie.
Okay, because Nick Carter's Brody, I think is his name, or like Brick, or like
I think it's Brody.
Lump or something, whatever his
he's Lump. There's a song about him.
Fucking name is, yes. This guy, his character is he's also the guy who's obsessed with the legend of the New England town where they're at or some bullshit, where he has to be the guy who's like, no one takes Ichabod Crane seriously.
The big deal is that you, Karen, and everybody else around here take the legacy of this town for granted. You act like it's just another place on the map.
I'm like, you just ditched a performance of the. You're such an idiot.
It's true.
Yes, and yes, he's like antagonizing them, and like he also plays. He like horseback rides.
Yes.
He puts on football pads and like a big fake thing where he plays the Headless Horseman at this time of the year. Because he's so obsessed
so into
with
it.
this.
Exactly.
You jerk!
Jeez, Karen, relax.
Are you crazy?
It's so like that scene though, like it's so over the top where like, why do you have friends? And it becomes all
Why are they still your friends?
It becomes all the more tragic when you see like in real life the girl character there who is like from like the Dream Girls or some Dream, maybe it might just be called, some girl band. I remember seeing like
the one who looks like Emma Roberts.
Yes,
little,
yes.
Yeah, I liked her.
Who, like, I
think
think
her up.
She actually auditioned to be the lead and didn't get it and got that part. But like their history of where like you're like, oh, this murderous rapey vibe. She has accused him of rape. Of her.
Of Nick she
Nick
accused
Carter,
Nick Carter
yeah.
of rape during this movie?
I believe after this movie.
What the
But they
fuck?
allegedly dated, and I have to say alleged because nothing is concrete. He says, I did nothing other than consensual things. But she's
Okay,
like,
wait. So they didn't allegedly date. They dated.
they did date.
Okay.
It's the rape that is alleged.
Yes. Okay. Damn, that's
But
horrible.
yeah, where it was, I remember like just in there, my first thought was like, God, this vibe is so weird and rapey.
Yeah.
And then like the first thing I'm like, what else was she in? Rape allegations. Oh, Nick Carter.
Rape allegations. That's kind of on the nose for a movie title. Uh-oh. No, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
no, it's super
I
weird.
had no idea.
No, and I liked her. I was like, oh, what
was
is it?
good.
And she was in a couple things I've seen, but did not even remember her from those things. So
I remember
huge
her
parts.
IMDb being kind of short and being like, oh, I thought I recognized you. I guess I didn't. But now that you
You
shed
definitely remember her though from like she was on these covers of these like girl group like like DVDs that we had in the store.
Okay.
I don't even know where they are now, but I remember her face. There were like 4 of them, and they were wearing like
Interesting.
cheetah print in one thing and a blah blah in another thing. Like
Okay.
I
Now we're
couldn't
talking.
tell you any of their songs, but apparently 2 of them I think were famous.
Okay, so she actually made music too. So you're saying
Yeah,
legit-
it was
wow.
it was DVDs of the I imagine they were music videos. I don't know.
teen pop
Yeah,
things.
Dream something, if not just
Okay.
Dream was the title of it.
Interesting. No, so like during that scene, she even kind of says, because he's like, "Oh, go do this." She's like, "Why don't you do that, you asshole?" Or she like comes
Yeah.
at him and all that stuff. Damn, that sucks.
Go stick your hand in.
What?
You heard me. You go do it. See if anything grabs you. Show us how it's done.
Nick Carter, I didn't like him anyway. Now I can just be like, he's bad.
I had only ever heard bad things about him in
Oh.
terms of sexual allegations and things like that.
Okay.
His brother, Aaron Carter, another one. I remember him being on the No Jumper podcast and like talking about like because he apparently stood against his brother.
Is
and
he like, oh, Nick's
he
messed
spilled
up.
a lot of tea about his things. Like, oh no, he
Okay.
did it. I blah blah blah. He did this and that.
So I'm like a boomer idiot. I thought Aaron Carter was the famous one, and Nick Carter was like
They were both
his
pretty
brother.
famous.
But you're saying Nick Carter was in the boy band, not Aaron Carter?
Aaron Carter was, I believe, a solo act as like the younger like
Oh,
singer.
okay. So I just have it reversed. I wasn't into that stuff, so I didn't know who
Yeah,
these
yeah,
people
not my
were.
cup of
obviously.
tea.
No, but like I didn't even absorb it like incidentally. And yeah, I think I've only heard that name negatively, but I assumed for like dumb reasons. But this is a legitimate.
I don't think anything ever stuck because they have a lot of money. But whatever. Back to the movie thing. This is not our
Fuck
our
movies.
gossip patrol.
We're now a drama channel. We just talk about Aaron and Nick Carter getting
Exclusively.
canceled.
Yeah. So like, think about what must have happened to other people's careers that got them into this movie. So like Judge Reinhold, like you're like that guy was once the shit.
The honorable
How'd they
Judge
get him in
Reinhold.
this?
Yeah.
Where he just plays a random dick with a couple lines about like, I thought horror movies made girls horny.
Well, it worked.
So no, the dad character is so weird. There's actually an IMDb credit for dad, but it's not Judge Reinhold. He's credited as Carl. So I was very confused because I'm watching the movie like, wait, who's the dad? The dad is someone famous, but I saw him like, oh, he's wearing like a football hat. Oh, his hair's different there. He's got a thing on. I don't know who he is. I think I recognize him. I Google it. Oh, I guess I don't recognize him. Then I'm like revisiting IMDb and I go, wait, no, that is Judge Reinhold. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
Holy shit! What the hell's going on? Yeah, very strange
I
for him
wonder
to
if it
be
was
in
a
the
late
movie.
addition or if there was no real flashbacks or something. Who
I don't know.
was dad?
I don't know who's dad exactly. Dad's played by no one. Some weird guy who the picture looks nothing like the dude now. No, Judge Reinhold's whole character, he plays football dad.
Yeah.
The horrible football dad who's like, oh, you're like really good at fencing? Fuck that, sissy. Get over here and you gotta be a football player now.
Pretty much.
As long as you live under my roof, you're gonna quit acting like an idiot. That means no more fencing. You're on JV football.
Right? Which is like, oh, I guess that's gonna like.
You saw that like there's very specifically a particular move where he like flips the weight, kicks and shoots, and you're like that's gonna be a thing
Yes.
because it couldn't not be.
The fencing
movie
coach
hits you in the
says-
face
yes.
with it.
That move is completely illegal and you'd be disqualified in competition. However, I do admire your instincts.
The fencing coach is like, that move would get you banned from competition. But I like your instincts. You've got some gusto there,
Yeah.
And then later he uses it to defeat the, spoiler alert for the end of the movie, he uses it to defeat the Headless Horseman. The football dad character is fascinating to me because it makes no sense. I was thinking I was watching a movie for a while, so I'm not going to lean into this too hard for every other problem with the movie because it's not a movie. It's not fair to hold it up to the movie standards that a movie should have. But I was like, oh, football dad's going to like football bro who's Headless Horseman guy better than his own son, and that's going to be something. And then when football dad's hanging out with mom and says the line that she mentioned about like, well, I don't like scary movies. I just thought it would get you horny. It worked though. LOL. I'm like, oh, we're now redeeming the dad because that's gonna matter. Where he's gonna be like, you know what, son? I guess that fencing came in handy after all, and I shouldn't be such a football dad. And there's literally nothing.
No.
At the end, we're like earlier that same day, the kid was like, maybe I'll find somewhere else to live, Dad. Fuck you.
Then I guess I'm gonna have to find another place to live.
Yeah? Well, you think about it.
I will.
He's just
Pretty
like,
much.
thanks, Dad. Okay, cool, we're good. And there's no
Yeah, no.
reference to any conflict or anything that was set up.
Nothing really pays off. There's no reason
know.
for any of the things that happen in this movie to happen.
Just copy and paste that to everything else in the movie. Yes,
Pretty much.
There's nothing that
my favorite, like, why is this happening moment is there's like a haunted hayride thing, and the real Headless Horseman attacks and kills people in front of the whole crowd.
It's gonna kill us all!
What the hell are you talking about?
The Headless Horseman!
There's no such thing as the Headless Horseman.
Then what the hell is that?
And like, you have your I can't remember what the fake Zac Efron guy is like get out of here, come on, move over, I'll do it. And he like drives the truck, breaks through the fence, and then gets out and goes, all right, get out of here.
Get them out of here, all right?
And I'm like, why'd you turn around? And then fucking Penny's like, I'll come with you. And I'm like, why are you going with him? You don't even have a mission right now. What do you think is happening? Speaking of not having a mission, why is anything happening? Why are the descendants of Ichabod Crane being attacked by the Headless Horseman? You don't even say a thing like, is it because he got away? He's the only one that ever got away and I have to kill him? I must come back from the dead to kill this guy 9 generations later? Like, what happened to every other generation? Like, why aren't you going after his dad? Like,
they'd moved away.
I see that.
So he came back, and yes, this is like the first Halloween or something. It's so dumb. It's not even worth getting into.
There's not even a bring back thing, like someone didn't knock over his candle or his grave or something. He just I'm back. I need blood from a vine.
A virgin lit the candle. No,
nothing.
There's a whole thing. It might be my favorite scene where Rip Van Winkle, whatever his name is, Klaus Van Rippen, the guy, Stacy Keach, has to explain to this young boy that he's the descendant of the things, and he busts out what looks like a kindergartner's school project. So like if you haven't seen it, picture
like an idea web.
So like an image board kind of thing. But like picture from like The Sopranos. It has like Tony Soprano and like Big Eddie and Stupid Face, like whatever, all of your favorite Sopranos characters just on this board. But picture it made of cardboard with like Sharpie written and like weird shit like glued onto the thing, right? And he has to go in to be like, oh, you see, Crane left, and then it became Cranston, son of Crane. Yes, oh yeah. Then he moved over here, and they added a T, Cranston. We have to cook.
Then he named his first son Richard Cranston, meaning Crane's son. And then 2 generations later, his grandson went out west and changed his name to Cranston. That's he.
Oh, and he goes down the whole stupid board to explain this convoluted nonsense to this guy.
And it never gets to, I wanted it in the finish, and for fake Zac Efron to be like, why am I the one that can solve the problem?
Yes.
Why must it be like, because that's what's crazy to me. Even if we can follow some ridiculous thing where it's like, well, he got away, so we've got to kill him. Why is he the only one that can kill him?
Yeah.
What legendary Van Helsing-ish power did the Cranes get? Just for escaping, you're now the only one that can kill him?
It's in the blood as a prophecy.
Then we add in the more dumb thing where it's like, and you can only kill him with something as old as he is.
We need something from the horseman's own time.
Where the hell are we gonna find something from the Revolutionary War?
Right here. Now, this here is my great, and it's my great. Oh, the hell with it. It's an ancestor of mine.
We need a sword from a grave. Plunge it through the demon's heart. Yeah.
I love that like Rip Van Winkle dude just like fucking axes him in the chest. He's like, he's not dead though, trust me.
Can't kill the dead. No, the character's good. I just love that that's the only visual mechanism that this movie can muster to like,
oh, sure.
well, we need something, right?
Because the plot is so stupid.
Well, but then at the very, 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 very end, Penny and our fake Zac Efron dude are going to get together, and Stacy Keach is like, well, once you start shooting out babies, you got to, they have to have her name, because I ain't doing this shit again. Hyphenate, do something.
If you are, you got to promise me something.
What's that?
They got to have your last name, ma'am. Or else you're gonna have to hyphenate. I ain't going through this again. Is that a deal?
And I'm like, his name changed. That was the whole point. What are you fucking talking about? I start to go crazy. It's so dumb.
The person that wrote it didn't care.
I know.
They're just like, I don't know, I had 3 days, blah, 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 right? I read something that said the director of the movie like showed up on day 3 of the movie.
Yes.
We were like, we don't need a director, fuck it.
No, that was literally a thing. Like the director joined the crew on day blank, and you're like, that needs to be before day 1, I think. Usually. Can't be day whatever. Yeah.
Certainly not.
The bridge and how the horseman can't cross it, because if he does, he just like bursts into flames or something. Spontaneously combusts.
Where did Nick Carter come from? Because he just keeps popping up out of nowhere for no reason. Yeah. So like, he's driving Old Man Crampit, or he stops, he almost hits him, and like all of a sudden Nick Carter's there, and Old Man Carruthers is like, you better take Penny home to this. I'm like, where did he come from?
Oh.
He's just walking the streets, it seems.
You okay, Junior? Look like you've seen a ghost.
And then like later on, it's like, do you just wander the woods dressed as the Headless Horseman in hopes that some moron shows up? Like,
he's in it.
Where did you come from, sir? It doesn't make any sense.
Sir!
It's like the movie can be infuriating, and that's what makes it such a great shitty movie, though, for like a group to be fucking just bagging on, because the movie doesn't give a shit.
Because like just to underscore the point, like because we didn't quite finish it out, right? Brody is obsessed with the Headless Horseman, dresses up as the Headless Horseman. They even do a gag later on where the real Headless Horseman is there and kills someone, and you mentioned it in like passing. Yeah. Like they, they all clap. They think it's part of the show.
Just case.
Then Brody shows up as the fake Headless Horseman, takes off the costume and says, "Who's that guy?"
Hey, who's that guy?
Right? Totally ruining all that. But don't worry, we've already ruined it like an hour earlier, because you're supposed to, I think, you were supposed to, during some version of the script, think that this was Brody obsessed with like the Headless Horseman, and like some sort of like overzealousness, because of that line. Well, people would take it more seriously if people start dying in the woods.
All it would take is one bad Halloween. Like maybe 3 kids go into a graveyard, and only one comes back.
So you're supposed to think that.
The back of the box, I think, even says, is it really the Headless Horseman, or is it the obsessed jock?
So seconds later, when that first couple dies, after they get separated, we as the audience are like shown what's happening. The real paranormal Headless Horseman shows up and throws a flaming pumpkin head at
its own
at the
flaming pumpkin head.
Well, yes, I don't know. Specify it, but I'm saying like clearly supernatural, clearly not Brody. Maybe we're supposed to believe that could be Brody and she was on LSD at that point or something. I don't understand, but at that moment you're like, oh, it's the real Headless Horseman, and the movie makes half of a pathetic attempt to keep this tension going, and then just
it tries.
It's not really there.
It's also hysterical to me that the actual paranormal Headless Horseman, we never see him as a Headless Horseman, really.
Right.
He's almost always wearing this like pumpkin mask.
He's a pumpkin head horseman. Yeah.
I think that's funny because you do show a Headless Horseman in the shitty costume version thing, which does look like a headless man riding a horse. I don't understand exactly how his shoulder pads work because you don't actually see anything else when he takes it off, but whatever, not important. The Headless Horseman in a white horse, not scary at all. It's like tan, it's not white, but it like the black horse is what you need for that whole getup to make any sense.
And there were moments where the jack-o'-lantern head I thought looked cool.
Yes.
Damn those kids!
But like literally just like less than a total of 10 seconds of footage, I think. Just like, ugh.
Sure.
Because generally it looks bad when it shows up to the house to like fight the people and it somehow breaks through the glass going in and out, it seems like. It's so dumb.
I
Like,
don't even understand that.
all-
Are we to believe the Headless Horseman was ding-dong ditching?
Okay, you little blockheads. It's called trick or treat. If I give you candy, you're supposed to go play ding-dong ditch somewhere else.
Like, is it somebody else there? Is he hopping off the horse, running up the stairs, ringing the doorbell, running back down the stairs, hopping on his horse? Like,
Yeah.
oh,
He's
it's so
testing.
foolish.
He needs to know what's happened. The thing.
I guess.
Yeah. No, I don't understand it at all. No.
I kind of like that. Like, until you broke that fence, he was like, he was trapped there. He couldn't leave.
Is that what happened?
That's what you're led to believe.
Oh,
because
'cause
he can't
he
cross the
leaves the-
bridge,
Yeah.
and the whole thing, I guess, is fenced in, and supernatural law dictates you can't cross a threshold or something. But once they break the lock on this thing, it's been locked forever.
Do you have a key for this gate?
Nope. Nobody does.
That gate's been locked up since forever.
You gotta go back over the bridge.
I don't know that anything would ever be like that. And they don't mention anything like, does he only have the power because it's Halloween? If you were to open that gate on like September 3rd, could he fucking run through it? Like,
Yeah, because he can't cross the bridge, but he's on the one side but can't get to the place where the town is, I guess, and they have to break that or something?
Yeah.
Is that the deal? Yeah, I was somewhat confused by all that. That's our, like, fake drama, is like, Zac Efron has to rush back home to save Football Dad now because
Yes.
Rip Van Winkle
he
says...
needs a head of a crane.
Anyone in the
crane.
bloodline will do. Yes.
I need to know more. Like, he has that old ass book where he's like, oh, I'm reading more. I thought you know everything you need to know about that thing.
Hey, I thought you knew that by heart.
Oh. No, I just watch the cartoon like every Halloween, so.
Okay.
Oh, it teaches me a little more. They don't actually say anything new from that. You're not like, oh, with these cool expository things that would make any of this make any sense.
A crucial
Nope.
fact.
This
that we
just,
need.
it says that Crane left the town. Blah blah. Okay, but why is he supernaturally attacked? Why is he attached to this character? Why anything other than the fact that Ichabod Crane, something people know because it was in that Ichabod Crane song. Nobody gives a shit about Ichabod Crane. Like, why should I care? Why does the Headless Horseman care?
Yeah, you wanted something where, like, he was originally hunting him for some reason in the first place.
Yeah,
and
he's the reason he lost his head.
Needs to do something. Yeah.
Just go, lock the door.
So we start off with him, in like kind of like a play-esque thing, a one-man show, and he gets roped into because one of the friends dies in the beginning that was going to play this part of the guy in the caravan to give the spiel.
We just had a part open up on the hayride tonight. It's actually the role of the graveyard guide, and I was wondering if you might be able to help us out. It would be just fabulous.
I thought Scott was gonna do that.
Well, he was, but he never came by to pick up his costume. Not to mention, there's a whole script to learn, and I know what a quick study you are.
He's given that job like one day beforehand. And he
nailed
has to memorize all the lines that include like the triggers of where like each thing has to be said that he may never have seen, and there may never have been a dry run because it seemed like he goes like from practice like right to that.
He's the fucking man.
He is the man.
He's a talent.
There's
He's
a
a rare-
reason
he's a rare
that Penny
find.
likes him.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
He's got something going on, under the hood. He's not all talk. On that hayride, there's like a chick. They're like, oh, a very important and very grumpy person is going to be on this thing. She has a line to fake Zac Efron, something like, she's like, you there, beautiful boy. This hay stink. She starts like, complaining about stuff.
Listen ye well and heed my...
Excuse me, beautiful boy, excuse me, but this hay stinks.
Okay, here's what I can do for you. I'll talk to the organizers when we get back. Is that all right? And I'll get it all taken care of.
Yes, you be sure to do that.
But just that beautiful boy part, I started laughing at that.
His response felt like an ad lib where it's like, I will talk to the management about that.
We'll get that handled for you, yeah.
Going back into my monologue now, thank you.
Yes. But yeah, so like unfrazzled by the monologue at all, which at the very least he should have been starstruck because that actress is Miss Peacock from Clue.
Yes.
Of I had to stop her screaming, that chick.
I had to stop her from screaming.
It was great.
Flames on the side of my face.
That's the other lady.
Is it?
Yeah. That's Miss, her name I don't know, the lady killer person. Miss Peacock's the one with the big glasses, looks like a librarian.
Yeah, I thought that she's the one that says the flames.
I thought it was the other one. I could be wrong.
We're going to find out in a clip.
I hated her so much. Flames on the side of my face.
I've said and done things I regret.
There's not too many funny lines in this movie, but one that I do like, you afraid? Like a little bitch.
Where's that?
It's like the doctor and nurse that show up too late to go on the ride.
Oh, they have a great relationship.
I can't believe it. You're scared. You are, aren't you? You're afraid to go into the graveyard like a little bitch.
I'm not a little bitch.
Yeah? Prove it.
They do.
She's like, show me the meaning of the boneyard. And he's like, can we just go home and
Let's
get
put
some
the fun in funeral.
Yeah, then there's a zombie pun. But like,
yeah, I didn't catch that one.
Something about something.
Come on, Rob. Let's put the fun back in funeral. Teach me the meaning of the word boneyard.
But yeah, she's like down to something. And
he's
like,
family,
can we please?
Like an ABC family, or whatever this was, like, her boyfriend dies in the middle of like cunnilingus.
Yeah,
going
going
like,
down.
Oh, that's interesting. And she like lifts his. Oh!
Yeah, you get the like severed
and you see
head
like
and
a
stuff.
quarter of a boob. Like I'm like, oh, this is a risky
she
thing.
she unzips and you see like yes, probably like a third maybe of a boob.
What do you say, stud? Little doggy style with the dead? Little zombie fromby?
Could be kind of kinky.
Something that I always think is interesting, and those are supposed to be high school students. So like, and it clicked on this movie for some
condoning
reason.
teen sex?
Well, not that so much. It clicked in this movie for some reason, and like it happens in a million movies. But I was like, they're implying that they're showing underage nudity, and you're okay with that. Censorship board, ABC Family, whatever the fuck channel played this.
Yeah, it's
they definitely cut that part out. But it's an interesting thing that I didn't think about how often is teenage nudity shown, and by and large they're all going to be under 18 based on how everyone plays. Like freshman, sophomore, junior, even most of your senior year, you're not 18.
No, it's pretty yikesy.
It's a little creepy.
It's a little creepy, yeah.
A little bit.
So the deaths in this, besides the horrible-looking head of the guy that we just mentioned, the deaths are generally bad. Would you agree?
Yeah, they're super forgettable.
Of course.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that Nick Carter has a line where he's like, "Huh, that looks kind of real."
God, that looks real. That is real.
And I love the idea that like if it looked fake in the shot, and you're like, if it doesn't even look like it would play in the movie, what am I supposed to think watching the movie in the movie?
If he's not sure it's real, why would I think it's real?
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe he's just dumb.
And he is kind of dumb. I love when it cuts to like the fast-paced horse riding of that character. It's like a dude in a real shitty blonde wig just trotting about.
Oh, is it? That's
oh,
hilarious.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Because he has a haircut that like kind of fits a generic wig, but like not enough.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
How old do you think he is in this?
28.
Right? Maybe.
I don't know. I don't really know what that person looks like. Nick Carter, I was like, I don't care about you.
I was like, what year was the boy band craze? I think 2004, they still would have been doing that, and I guess they could have been in their mid-20s.
Imagine him branching out, trying to like, I'm an actor.
Not too long ago, all of them were in a movie called like, oh god, it was like
Spice Girls 3.
Like the Dead 9 or something. I think it was a number in the word dead. But it's like a Western zombie movie, and like all the characters are boy band people.
Is it good?
No.
It sounds like it would be good.
It's better than this.
That's not hard.
It's not good. Joey Fatone, pretty good.
That one.
Yeah.
Love it.
Rob, I said don't stop. All right, you know what? Just forget it. I said just forget it!
The best line, bar none, from like who may be like an Academy nominated actor, the guy from American History X, is like, help, help, oh help.
It's so good. I'm so happy you brought that up.
He says it like someone doing bad acting in a thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you got to say this. You're a bad actor and say it like this. Okay.
Help me. Get me out of here. Help! Oh, help! 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 Oh, shit.
Oh, help.
Help! Help! Oh, help!
Oh, help. Help! Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's amazing.
It's
literally amazing.
so good.
When I saw that, I think I said out loud, like, no, we don't need another take. We're good. We're good. Move on. We're good. No, you nailed it. Next.
Or Judge Reinhold going
next
like,
setup.
Ian, you're acting like an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, a little harsh there, Ian.
Ian, where did you get that sword?
Ian, you're acting like an idiot.
You're acting like an idiot. Yeah.
He's a mean guy. Someone should have got him his Oscar Mayer wiener whistle, and he would have been a better person.
Get this football dad out of here.
A weenie whistle.
Stacy also says something like, get your reward of tender woman flesh.
Oh, God, no, it's crazy.
Your reward will be far greater than the warm, supple embrace of tender woman flesh.
Yeah, well, you just remember our deal, Van Ripper.
Oh, yeah, you are a hero.
It's crazy.
And his things to Nick Carter was like, they'll tell stories of you. What the hell's your name again? Oh, you're a hero, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, the ending, right? We should just...
Yes, of course.
So,
it's
like...
the little stinger button, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, like, the Headless Horseman has burst into flames because he got...
completely dead, yeah.
Because he got jujitsu'd onto the bridge, as is tradition in all these stories.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, we're doing all that cleanup stuff. You know, Penny's making out with fake Zac Efron, right? We get more creepy things about, like, when's the wedding? Or all those stupid comments. There's a whole thread of that, by the way, where the one teacher says, when's the wedding? And they go like, no wedding, just a lot of sweaty sex.
Don't forget to invite me to the wedding.
Oh, there's no wedding. Just a lot of sweaty sex.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
Yeah, it runs through all the way to the end, right? But we part ways after that, teasing. Everyone's happy, right? Mm-hmm. Football dad is reunited with his own son that he's known the whole time, who now has a love interest. Nick Carter's given up on that love interest because now he's gotten the fame he's always wanted, and we have the legend of the town. The story will be told. And then Stacy Keach is like alone. I think he smells something or hears something and makes him turn around.
He smells something.
He's
also getting a ride from them.
Uh-huh.
They're like, all right, I'll give you a ride home. Okay, cool.
Like they've run off, but it's been like half a second. There's no plausible way that what's about to happen will not be noticed or will not affect them. Turns around. What do we say?
He dies.
He gets killed. We presume by the Headless Horseman, who is unfazed by doing the one thing that is supposed to defeat the Headless Horseman.
Yeah.
Is to get him on that bridge.
Considering how loose everything was and we knew no real rules, there was no it says here, because he's not like this mythical creature. Like, there shouldn't be like ancient lore about him.
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing.
Oh no, the only way to do it is like the Headless Horseman is a possessed whatever demon.
Yeah, that could have been a cool take on it.
And like that demon has this name, and your family, Ichabod Crane, whatever, was cursed by this and blah blah blah, and you have a connect, right?
Yep.
Work in a separate, thing.
No, we just got to kill him with something that's as old as him. What?
That's so dumb.
Yeah, this movie's shit. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
If you want to support the show, head over to cannibalvideo.com, pick up some merch.
And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button.
That's alright.
Yeah, that's something.
Whatever.
Fuck these motherfuckers.
For the sake of repetition and clarity, tonight is Halloween.
Cannibal.